At the start of 2024, Iran and its proxies were riding high and full of confidence. Tehran's so-called Ring of Fire was tightening around Israel, which was fending off attacks from 7 different fronts, with IDF troops bogged down in the Gaza ground offensive.
After 100 days, Israeli forces and their intelligence have failed. They were not able to bring back a single hostage.
On January 2nd, Israel did what it hadn't done in years until that point, striking in Beirut, eliminating Hamas deputy Saleh al-Ghouri.
If the enemy thinks of waging a war on Lebanon, we will fight without restraint, without rules, without limits, and without restrictions. They know what I mean, and they will regret it.
In the ensuing months, Hezbollah continued its daily rocket and drone strikes on northern Israeli communities. The Houthis targeted commercial ships in the Red Sea and began firing ballistic missiles and drones at Israel, with pro-Iranian militias in Iraq also participating in the drone attacks. Israel continued to eliminate senior Hezbollah commanders and targeted its weapons depots, gradually degrading its capabilities. In April, the IDF struck the Iranian consulate in Damascus, killing 16 people, including 8 IRGC officers.
The defeat of the Zionist regime in Gaza will continue, and this regime will be close to decline and dissolution. Desperate efforts like the one they committed in Syria will not save them. They will be slapped for that action.
10 days later, Iran launched over 320 missiles and drones at Israel, injuring a 7-year-old girl and causing slight damage to 2 Israeli air bases. It was Iran's first ever direct attack on Israel.
Operation True Promise was completed successfully and achieved all its objectives. The reason for this operation was the crossing of red lines by the Zionist regime.
Israel responded by striking Iranian military sites and an air defense battery. Then, in mid-May, tragedy struck Iran.
خادم جمهور ایران آیت الله دکتر سید ابراهیم رئیسی رئیس جمهور اسلامی ایران در راه خدمت به مردم به درجه رفیع شهادت رسید.
Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi was killed in a helicopter crash due to bad weather, along with other top officials, including his foreign minister, the lead coordinator of the Iranian Proxy program. 2 months later, the inauguration of Raisi's replacement, Masoud Pezeshkian, brought to Tehran representatives of Iran's proxies and Palestinian terror groups. Later that night, a bomb planted in the bed of Ismail Haniyeh, who was staying at an IRGC safe house, exploded, killing the Hamas leader. Iran vowed to retaliate, but Israel struck again, unexpectedly and hard. On September 17th and 18th, thousands of Hezbollah pagers and walkie-talkies exploded simultaneously, killing dozens of Hezbollah operatives and injuring thousands.
There is no doubt that we suffered a major blow. It is unprecedented and will be met with tough retribution, and just punishment, where they expect it and where they do not.
Operation Grim Beeper, attributed to Israel's Mossad, pushed Hezbollah to abandon its technical means of communication, forcing its leaders to meet in person, a mistake Israel took full advantage of.
التبريكات للتعازي باستشهاد الأمين العام لحزب الله السيد حسن نصر الله.
4 days after Nasrallah's elimination in his underground Beirut bunker, Iran attacked Israel again, this time launching 200 ballistic missiles, causing slight damage to 2 Israeli air bases. In a rare appearance with a rifle by his side, Khamenei said the missile attack was minimum punishment against Israel, which would not survive for long. 3 weeks later, Israel launched the largest attack on Iranian soil since the Iran-Iraq War of the 1980s, crippling its air defense network and granting Israel freedom to operate in Iranian airspace in the future.
The Zionists' calculations must be disrupted. They have made a miscalculation regarding Iran. They have failed to understand the power, innovation, and ability of the Iranian people. We must make them understand this.
With Nasrallah out of the picture, a series of events was now set in motion that eventually brought the Iranian axis to its lowest point in decades. Weakened and battered, Hezbollah was forced to withdraw its forces from Syria, leaving the Assad regime exposed. On November 27th, hours after the ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon came into effect, Islamist-led opposition forces swept through Syria, a key component in Iran's proxy program. The Assad regime was toppled in a shocking 11-day offensive. The ripple effect continued to spread across the axis, this time to Iraq.
We must re-evaluate the current situation. Iraq can no longer be linked to the axis of resistance after the fall of Assad and Hezbollah in Lebanon. We have received a clear demand from America and Western countries to dissolve the pro-Iranian factions. If we do not comply, it most certainly will be imposed on us by force.
And so, with Nasrallah and Assad gone and Tehran's militias in Iraq appearing to be living their last days there, the Iranian proxy program has almost entirely collapsed. The Houthis in Yemen are now the last functioning Iranian proxy outside its borders. And with Israel and the US coalition ramping up their strikes against the Houthis, the fight is quickly edging closer to Iran's doorstep.